I've been looking for a video like this for such a long time because a lot of people in England, me included, think that Americans just make way more money than us on average. The average salary here in the UK is like 30,000 a year, which is like $36,000 a year, something like that, which obviously is not a huge amount of money. And I just, from what I see from Americans, like a lot of Americans live much nicer lifestyles, it seems, than here in the UK. And I just want to know, is it true that the salaries are much higher? Because I know for certain professions, like my old profession, working for the UK's competition watchdog, I made a lot less than my US equivalent. I was making £37,000 there, whereas my equivalent in the US was making $108,000, which is like £80,000. So I just want to see, is it like that across the board?
This is the brother here that used to work at Walmart. He said, I left Walmart after 3 months. My checks never had made it past $1,500 bi-week. That's terrible. That's terrible. I'm sorry the brother had to go through that. That's similar. That reminds me when I first moved down to Charlotte, I had got on with Walmart.
So $1,500 every 2 weeks. That's $750 a week. That is definitely more than what somebody working at a grocery store would make in the UK, for sure.
I got on with Carvana.
By a long way.
Carvana was paying me $1,800 every 2 weeks. I went to my boss and told him I'm about to leave. This ain't no money.
More and more Americans are posting their actual paychecks online, and the numbers are surprising a lot of people. Today, we're reacting to people sharing what they really earn, how much of that paycheck is left after the bills are paid, and why so many say they're living paycheck to paycheck. Let's get started.
What do you do for a living?
I'm a birth and postpartum doula.
What does the outcome for salary look like for you on an annual, hourly basis?
Probably around 50,000.
I'm a teacher.
I'm a teacher.
And I'm a teacher.
How much do you make doing what you do?
I make about $42,000.
This is my 30th year and I have a master's degree, so I make about 80,000.
I make about 42 as well. I'm a resident.
So pretty similar to the UK, to be fair. Teachers start out here at about £30,000, about $36,000.
How much are you making in your current role?
I think our salaries are about $72K.
A driver for a daycare center.
How much do you make?
About 10 grand a year.
I am a paramedic
10 grand a year. Wow, it must work part-time, surely.
on an ambulance.
How much do you make in your role now?
It's around like 26, 27 an hour.
I teach kindergarten, so the little itty bitty babies.
How much are you making in your role?
I am making 60,000.
Wow,
Teachers
not
are really
bad.
underpaid, and I hope that kind of changes a little bit soon.
To be fair, yeah, for New York City, that's probably not a lot of money, but $60,000, it's about £48,000. I mean, not a lot of teachers make that in the UK, trust me. You've got to be like a senior leadership type teacher, like deputy head teacher type thing.
With the demand in society.
And the transparency of knowing that teachers are so underpaid.
I got a serious question. How the is it that I work out in sites like this? Blue collar work, right? We building shit like this. Valve cans, pipe, backflows, concrete, all this shit. Blue collar work, you know what I'm saying? How the is it that I work in this? And I'm a heavy equipment operator, so that is what I operate, that is another one.
Surely this guy's got to be on good money. At least $40 an hour, surely, for a skilled trade.
But yet, I'm still struggling to live in America. I'm building shit like this. Right now I'm in Kissimmee, Florida, but I'm building shit like this.
What does he make?
Shit like this, dealing with shit like this. Digging down on meters and raising the boxes to curb level and everything. How is it that I'm doing heavy labor jobs, because that's what they say. This is what the old generation says. You got to work hard, you got to get you a good job. This is what they say. Work hard, get you a good job, or pick up a good trade. How is it that I work in something like this and got 6 years of experience in this, make a significant good amount of money when it comes to gross pay, but yet I'm still struggling, and I'm living below my means.
So he makes good money, but it's his expenses that are really high.
I don't have Netflix, I don't have any of that shit, right? Just enough to pay the rent, just enough to pay my insurance on my car, barely can get food. Food stamp says I make way too much. You know what I'm saying? How is it that I live in America working heavy labor, blue labor.
I need to find out what this guy's making. Hang on a second. What does a grounds worker, tradesman earn per hour with 6 years experience in America? It's got to be $40 an hour, surely. What? $18 to $32 per hour? Okay, so frequently reaching 35 to 45 an hour. Okay, depending on if it's union or non-union. I see.
Blue collar jobs like this, 6 years of experience, and yet I can't live in America.
All right, bitches, let's budget.
Wow.
This is my paycheck for my full-time job. I work 40 hours a week in healthcare, and I get paid every other week, so it's for an 80-hour pay period. Sometimes I get overtime. This paycheck, I did not get overtime. My take-home pay was $2,208.14, and I did have $80.66 carry over from my last pay period. So I add those together, and that gives me $2,288.80 to budget with for the next 2 weeks. First few items on the budget are just things that I set up direct deposit. From every paycheck, I put $800 into our bills account, and that is for the mortgage, utilities, any combined expense that we have. Also put $200 into an account that we use for groceries, and $300 automatically goes into our joint high-yield savings account. Next, this is kind of a new addition to the paycheck budget. I am going to be putting...
What do you think she is? She said she works in healthcare. She's probably a nurse, I would imagine. A doctor would make more than that, surely, especially in America.
$100 into my Roth IRA, and I need to budget $42.97 for a couple of subscriptions that are coming out in the next couple weeks, and $45 for gas. And I'm also going to budget $100 for my nails. And then because I still have some money left over, I decided that I wanted to put $200 extra towards our mortgage from this paycheck and $100 into my maternity fund that I'm saving up for when we get pregnant. So that's everything on the budget. If we add all of that up, it comes to just about $1,888. And if you subtract that from what I had to budget with, that does leave me with about $400 for the next 2 weeks. So yeah, that's how I budget my paycheck as a 30-year-old who works full-time in healthcare.
Wow. So what did she say she had? Like $300 left from her paycheck per every 2 weeks? Not a lot of wiggle room. It's pretty good, but not a lot.
How much you guys think I make at McDonald's? 2 weeks. I'm a manager. Don't let my shirt fool you.
Manager at McDonald's. Manager at McDonald's in America, 2 weeks. It's gotta be $2,000, right? At least.
We don't make shit. Me and my husband were both managers at McDonald's. And for 2 weeks, I only bring home, where's it at?
It's gotta be $2,000.
$1,100.
No
That's 2 weeks.
way.
So as manager, in a full month of working, I bring in, what, $2,400?
There is no way. There is no way that is possible. There is no freaking way. There's no way. I don't believe it.
People are always like, why are you guys so broke? Just our rent alone is $1,500. Our car payment is $500. My car insurance, because I was an irresponsible addict for so long, that's like $400 a month. We live in Phoenix, Arizona. My electric bill is like $200 a month.
Hang on a minute. Wait a minute. Hang on a minute. What does a McDonald's manager, store manager in Phoenix, Arizona earn every 2 weeks? What? There's no way it's that little. Yeah, here we go. A McDonald's store manager in Phoenix, Arizona earns about $2,500 every 2 weeks, based on an average annual salary of $65,000. There's something not right there. Either she's not a store manager, maybe she's like a team leader or something. But even if she's a team leader, it would be more than $1,100 for 2 weeks. Or am I going crazy?
You guys just add up like our regular bills. We only have like a $300-400 median after that. And we still have to grocery shop, gas, have money to live. We don't, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's crazy.
What?
My husband makes a little bit more money than I do. A tiny bit. Not much.
You know, I think this surprises a lot of people when someone says they're a manager. Most of us expect them to be doing okay. But once you start adding up the rent, the car payment, insurance, and food, that paycheck disappears pretty fast. I can understand why so many people feel like they're working hard but never getting ahead. What do you think? Does this sound about right where you live, or has it been different for you? Let me know in the comments.
I'm going to show you my Amazon driver paycheck. My name is Vanessa, and I've been an Amazon driver for 7 years. I deliver out of Dax 5 in the City of Industry in California.
Amazon drivers make decent money, no? They make like, in America, surely 50K at least, right? So 50K every 2 weeks, that's got to be like, what, 2 grand-ish?
If you look closely, Amazon's name isn't even on my paycheck. It says I work for my DSP. But let's be real. Every single thing about my job is Amazon. The van, the uniform, the packages, the routes, the rules, all Amazon. I work full-time delivering hundreds of packages a day. But my pay rate is $22.75 an hour. That's a quarter more than new hires starting today. After 7 years, when we asked about a raise this year for us veteran drivers, our owner said there's no money.
They should unionize. They should form a union. That is the best way. Collective bargaining is the best way to get more money out of your employer. Hands down.
Meanwhile, Amazon is making record profits. So what happens when drivers' hours or routes get cut with no warning? Obviously, less money on our paychecks. This check isn't just numbers. It's rent, groceries, gas, our families. So when it comes up short, it hurts.
Yeah.
It's unfair and unsustainable. And I know some will say, you know what you signed up for, or if you don't like it, then just quit. But quitting doesn't change the real problem. It keeps the same system going. That's why we came together. Let's not just deliver packages. Let's deliver a message. Workers deserve better.
Yeah.
So come on, workers. Know your rights. Let our voices echo as one. Click sign up to have your voice heard, because this fight is all of ours.
Not to be...
Man, I hope they form a union. Really, they really need that. 25 cents an hour more than new hires after 7 years? What?
In y'all's business or anything, but how much money do y'all make an hour? How much money do y'all make? I just seen this video of this girl. She was like, in this type of economy, there's no way I'm showing up to nobody's job to make less than $15 an hour on a lower scale. That's like on a terrible scale. And one thing about life, yes, people have to be more grateful. We have to do a better job at being thankful for what we already have. But let me tell you something. You know how brutal that is? Nobody wants to show up to a job and work like 40 hours. And half the time, if you're making that type of money, you have to work well over 40 hours for it to even make sense. Because if not, the whole check is going to taxes. And it's crazy because when you don't raise minimum wage, but you have jobs that'll pay you $4 or $5 over the minimum wage, when the minimum wage is already like sinking. When you think of an ocean, like the minimum wage is already underwater. You're dead at that point. But to pay somebody like $4 or $5 right over the minimum wage just so that they can be able to say they don't make minimum wage is crazy work in this type of economy. Everybody can't make 6 figures a year. Everybody can't make over 100, 2, 3, 4, 500,000 making that type of money with these types of jobs. But what I do know is to not be able to make the bare minimum, you ain't seeing no extra money out your check.
Yeah, man. Like I hear what she's saying. The cost of living versus what people make, the gap is getting so much bigger. Like wages are not rising fast enough to keep up with the cost of living.
Matter of fact, the only way that you can even see some of your check is if you don't pay no bills.
They keep saying that we're in the age of disclosure, and I think that they're right. But I think we also need to start disclosing something else, like on a personal level. Like, I think more people, especially Americans, need to start disclosing how much they are struggling financially. Like, I made a video yesterday talking about how this is my first job that I've been able to land since November of last year.
Wow, November. So we're talking like more than 6 months, well over.
I'm not full time. That job is not full time. It is $19 an hour. It is 32 hours a week. My lease renewal, I've got my third notification about my lease renewal. I cannot afford to renew this lease And I also can't afford to move, because if you move, what do you got to do? Deposit, admin fee, application fee, paying for the moving truck, taking time off of work, all this extra stuff that you have to pay for. I cannot afford to do either one. And a lot of people are in this position right now. A lot of people cannot find a job. And it's not because there's just a natural scarcity when it comes to job. It is a manufactured scarcity.
We're back again with another low-income payday routine. I'm Tiffany. I'm a single mom, and I make $22.81 an hour. I'm paid bi-weekly, and my paycheck this pay period was $1,494.62. I have two checking accounts where that money will go into. The main checking account, which is where I pay my bills.
Americans watching this, like, are these salaries accurate based on your experience, like, and your friends maybe? Because I just thought that all Americans made more than they make in England. I don't know why I believe that, but I really believed that.
Is going to have $869.62, and my second account is used strictly for rent, and that account gets $625 directly deposited into it every single pay period. I split my rent between my paychecks because it's easier for me to pay a larger amount of money by doing that. Now back to my main checking account, and these are the bills that are due this pay period. Netflix is $17.54. My electric bill is $138. My Kohl's card is $50. Apple is $9.99. Amazon Prime is $15.11.
And I know that there's going to be people that say she should cancel her Netflix, but I mean, if she can't, she works full time. Can she not enjoy some Netflix if she wants? Like, I think that's pretty fair.
My Chase Freedom card is $96.05, and I do include my high yield savings account as a bill, and that is $50. My total is $376.69, and when I subtract that from the $869.62, I'm left with $492.93. With that left over, I'm going to be putting money into my cash envelopes and into my sinking funds as well. I'll have a full breakdown of this paycheck budget over on my YouTube, so make sure you go and check that out. And if you want to see how I budgeted my cash envelopes and my sinking funds, make sure you stay tuned. Until next time, love you, bye.
Wow.
What if I were to tell you that the United States is a second-rate country that is LARPing as a first-world country? This is a list of the hours needed to escape poverty living on minimum wage. Yes, there's people that make more than minimum wage. Yes, not everybody makes this, but just look at this and compare it to what kind of life we live here.
Wow. Hours needed to escape poverty on minimum wage. So the UK, 23 hours. I'm not sure about that, but I'll accept it. The United States, 90 hours. Oh my God.
Japan, you need 11 hours. United Kingdom, 23. France, 26. Going up to the higher tier, you're looking at 44 in Canada. So you might have to work a little bit of overtime every single week. But United States, you need 90 hours. 90 hours of minimum wage work.
But what jobs in America pay $7.25 an hour? Are there actually, because I thought the only jobs that paid that would be waitresses, waiters, barmen, but then they make a huge amount of their income from tips.
Just to escape poverty. Mind you, the poverty line is not that high. I think the poverty line is $30,000 a year, which I don't even see how the poverty line is that low, because really, I think if you're making anything less than 40 or 50 anywhere in the United States, you can't really afford a one-bedroom apartment. And in some places where I live in the Bay Area, you're talking about probably needing $50, $60 an hour just to afford a two-bedroom place, a one-bedroom place, comfortably. You cannot tell me that this is the land of the free, that this is the American dream. Because whose dream is it to work 2.5 jobs a week?
At the end of the day, these paychecks tell a story.
Man, oh my God. I'm shocked. I am shocked, genuinely. I was not expecting to hear what I heard. I thought this video would be confirming my preconceived ideas of Americans making more money on average. The one that surprises me the most is the McDonald's manager in Arizona. I just don't get how, because if she's making $1,100 a week, $1,100 every 2 weeks, that's $550 per week. Now let's divide $550 by, let's say she's working 40 hours. So she's making $13.75 an hour. Are there really McDonald's stores in Arizona that pay the manager $13.75 an hour? I just don't know why that doesn't, I just don't know if I believe that. But she said she is. So who am I to deny her truth? I'm just shocked. I'm shocked. Really, wow. Thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. And if you did, check out this video right here and hit the join button below. See you there.